Are you our guy tonight?
Your guy. But you see, when you get older, you can't read that. So you have to redo it on your phone. But otherwise, it's the same thing.
When our guest of honor reaches the bima. she's
No problem. Just too hard.
no problem at all. Let's switch the slideshow over. All right, and you're in.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
It is so good to see you. How are you doing?
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. No, we never do get to do those things. And certainly with my cats, I really don't do those things. Because as I tell people, the mitzvah of like kids is not really.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Quiet down, please. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom. We're going to be starting. We're so glad to see you all.
Your microphone. My name is Jonathan Cole, and on behalf of the Board of Directors of Congregation BethChaim, we'd like to welcome you tonight. As we prepare for the Shabbat worship, we ask that you turn off any electronic devices. And for the benefit of those who cannot be here in the sanctuary for future services, we live stream our services and post pictures on social media. So please see an usher or board member if, for some reason, you don't want any image of you to appear on any of our streams. Large print prayer books are available, as are hearing enhancement devices. And if you are in need of one, please ask any usher or board member, and we'd be happy to help you. You can recognize us by our little badges that we have here.
We begin tonight on page 10, top of page 10 in our prayer books or on your screens. It really is good and sweet to be together tonight to celebrate Rabbi Wisnia and honor our special guest, Rabbi Bat-Sheva Appel.
הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבר אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבר אחים גם יחד. How good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day.
how good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבר אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב
good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to be together on this day.
How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. To welcome in this Shabbat, this special Shabbat, a blessing and honor, we turn to pages 2 and 3 as we ask Rabbi Appel to light the Shabbat candles for us.
I can do that. Okay. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Yeah, you do. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של Shabbat.
We turn to page 5 for Kiddush as we all rise. Page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav ורצה בנו בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
L'chaim. Please be seated as we turn to page 20 for Lecha Dodi. Together we will sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. When we reach the 9th verse, we'll rise and greet the Sabbath bride at the entrance to the sanctuary.
La 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 Lecha Dodi La 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 לקראת כלה La 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 בני שבת בני שבת נקבלה שמור וזכור בלימודך השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד ושם ותפארת ונקילה יאללה לך אלוהים יאללה לקראת כלה
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. We have a limited pool here. We stay standing as we turn to page 26 for Chatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי קודשה בריחו. אלא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. La 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la la. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed. Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la.
We read together on the bottom of 33. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works in the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam, Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated.
Ya la la ya la la la
La la la la
la la la la Adonai Elohecha b'chol לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. יה לה יה לה 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 והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך וקומך וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
We read responsively on the bottom of page 39. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered. At Sinai, we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נטע בקודש. נורא תהילות אוסף נורא תהילות אוסף מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה זה לי ענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. Shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Shalom, Ve'amidenu Shomreinu, of your name, shield us from hatred, sorrow and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Shalom, Ve'amidenu Shomreinu
Top of 44.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם אותי לעולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש שבת ויהי נפש שבת ויהי נפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We rise for the Amidah, the standing prayer that begins on 46 and continues on the even-numbered pages.
Ananana Adonai, Ananana Sfatai Tiftach, Nananana Ufi Yagid, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Na 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 Adonai, na 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 Sfatai Tiftach, na 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 Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. We read together on the bottom of page 57. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'odcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. And we take a moment to pause and express gratitude. Gratitude for reaching this moment, this special time and occasion, and to share with our community all the blessings in our lives. Would someone like to go first to share something they're grateful for? Charlie. That during this week of terror, no one was hurt, injured, or killed. Let's pause there to say thank you.
Modim anachnu lach, modim anachnu lach.
Other blessings. Harriet. So we're so grateful to have Rabbi BethChaimChannel visiting after so many years of serving as assistant rabbi here at Congregation BethChaim, and we look forward to hearing from her in a few minutes. We'll say thank you.
Modim anachnu lach, modim anachnu
Neil says I should express gratitude for my happy news. Sean and I feel very blessed, and we pray that this continues to be healthy and good and a blessing, and that by Passover time, there's more than one baby in a basket whose story we're telling. So we'll say thank you.
מודים אנחנו לך, מודים אנחנו
Alana. Alana's so happy that our house of worship feels full. Other blessings, Gary. 60th wedding anniversary. Mazel tov to them. Here's to 60 more. All right, we'll pause to say thank you.
מודים אנחנו לך, מודים אנחנו לך.
We turn to page 60 for Shalom Rav. As we join our forces together as one community to will this world to have more peace, more shalom, something we very much need.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon, lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech Adon, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Tov benecha levarech et amcha Yisrael, bechol עת ובכל שעה. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, hambarech et amo Yisrael, Shalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
We take a few moments for silent prayer.
Ose shalom
Bimrama, Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al kol Yisrael Nehimeru Amen.
Ose shalom bimrama,
I now have the pleasure of calling Marisa Simon up to the bima as we announce her Hebrew name that she received today at the mikvah. She joins the Jewish people, and if her daughter Lucy and husband Mitch will join her as well. Ask the congregation to please rise. All right, you can leave that right there, yep. All right, we're going to come over in front of the ark. All right, you're going to stay on the first step. And if Lucy and Mitch, you'll open the ark. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Nice work. It's a little sticky, Bruchim habayim b'shem Adonai. Blessed are you who have come here in the name of God. Beirachnuchem mi beit Adonai. We bless you in this house of God. And Ruth said, do not urge me to leave you, to turn away from joining you, for wherever you go will I go, and wherever you lodge will I lodge. Your people will be my people, and your God my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. I vow before God that nothing but death could part me from you. Mi sheberach avotenu ve'imotenu, Avraham, Yitzhak, ve'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, ve'Leah, hu yivarech et Elisheva. May God, who blessed our ancestors, Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Rebekah, Jacob, Rachel, and Leah, bless Elisheva, who has cast her lot with the people Israel. She is a ger tzedek among the people of the God of Abraham and Sarah. May she prosper in all her worthy endeavors. May the work of her hands be blessed. And together we say, Amen. Marisa, do you choose to enter the eternal covenant? One moment. Take that. Okay. Between God and the people Israel, and to become a Jew of your own free will?
Yes.
Do you commit yourself to the pursuit of Torah and Jewish knowledge?
Yes.
Do you promise to establish or continue to establish a Jewish home and to participate actively in the life of the synagogue and of the Jewish community?
Yes.
Do you commit to building a meaningful relationship with the state of Israel and its people?
Yes.
Do you accept Judaism to the exclusion of all other religious faiths and practices?
Yes.
Do you pledge your loyalty to Judaism and to the Jewish people under all circumstances?
Yes.
You stand before the commanding presence of the Torah, the Jewish people's most cherished treasure. It has led us on the way and guided us ever since we received it. It has been carried when we fled from destruction and during the times of our greatest rejoicing. I will place the Torah in your arms. Take it to your heart as you will recite the Shema, the words on the lips of the Jew, until our final moments of life. It is the affirmation that has sustained the Jewish people since our beginnings. All right, hold it from the bottom. Yeah, perfect, like a baby. Good. Okay. Repeat after me.
Okay.
Shema,
Shema,
Yisrael,
Yisrael,
Adonai,
Adonai,
Eloheinu,
Eloheinu,
Adonai,
Adonai,
Echad.
Echad.
Hear, O Israel,
Hear, O Israel,
Adonai is our God.
Adonai is our God.
Adonai is one.
Adonai is one.
O God, as I prepare to welcome Marisa, now to be known in Hebrew as Elisheva, I pray that you grant her a blessed and rewarding life. May she truly be a blessing to herself, to her family and friends, to our congregation, to the entire community of Israel, and to all humanity. And together we say, Amen.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka.
May God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Shalom.
May God's face always be lifted to you, and may God grant you peace.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Mazel tov.
Semen tov and mazel tov, mazel tov and semen tov, mazel tov, semen tov, and mazel tov, and semen tov. Yeilanu, yeilanu, ulecho Yisrael. Yeilanu, yeilanu, ulecho Yisrael. Yeilanu, yeilanu, ulecho Yisrael. Yeilanu, yeilanu, ulecho Yisrael.
If you'll stay up. So it was a year ago this Shabbat that Lucy became a bat mitzvah on this bima, and we celebrate the anniversary of that milestone in her life as she reads again tonight. And it was such a beautiful ability for us to make all of these simchas, all of these joyous occasions happen on the same evening as Marisa joins the Jewish people. So we're going to turn to page 250 in our prayer books. 250 as we recite together the blessing before the reading of the Torah. If you'll hold just that wooden scroll. Put it right here. There we go. And we will not repeat that second line. We'll just recite the entire prayer together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Baruch hu et Adonai hamvarach. Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Vayakumu misham ha'anashim. Vayashkifu al pnei Sedom. Ve'avraham olech imam leshalcham. Ve'adonai amar hamhaseh ani me'avraham asher ani oseh. Ve'avraham hayo yiyeh legoy gadol ve'adsum v'nirehuvo kol v'goyeh ha'aretz.
And the blessing at the bottom of the page together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher natan lanu Torah temet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah. Amen. Yasher koach. That was beautiful. All right, you'll take that back. And if you'd like to return to your seats, thank you so much. Mazel tov. And you may be seated too. Our thoughts now turn to those in our lives in need of healing. We draw upon the Torah as a source of strength, as well as our community here. And we share the names out loud of all those who could use our prayers this Shabbat. And to those names we add Rebecca Shankman, Rhoda Schwartz, Arlene Grable, Donald Molaski, Teddy Molaski, Megan Mary DePero, Nathan Hecker, Jeff Stoller, Phil Jarvis, Barry Jarvis, Claire Meyer, Taylor Payne, Cecil Smith, Albert Fremder, Robin Olson, and Marilyn Fessel. For all those and many more, we sing these prayers from our Torah scroll, Moses' prayer for his sister, and we channel his prayer as we garner strength from one another.
Hail Na'refanana, Hail Na'refanana, Hail Na'refanana, Hail Na'refanana. And Moses cried, Heal Miriam, this I pray. And Moses cried, Heal Miriam, this I pray. Hail Na'refanana, Hail Na'refanana, Hail Na'refanana, Hail Na'refanana.
We turn to the bottom of 252 as we lift and dress the Torah. Cantor, would you like to lift the Torah tonight? Sure. All right. Are you a lefty?
No, but I'm going to cheat.
Oh, he knows the trick. I'll spot you.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה.
You got it? Okay.
I was trying to open it more.
I forgot that
Got
trick
too
from
tricky,
rabbinical
huh?
school, yeah.
I never learned that one.
Alrighty. All right, I'll take that. Page 256, we return the Torah to the Ark. If you both help me open the Ark, thank you.
כי לקח טוב נתתי לכם תורתי אל תעזובו את חיים היא למחזיקים בה ותומכיה מאושר דרכיה דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה שלום השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה חדש חדש ימינו חדש ימינו כקדם.
Thank you. Please be seated. I would love to call Cheryl Wexler to the bima.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm Cheryl Wexler, and my family has been a part of the BethChaim family for almost 20 years. It is my pleasure to introduce Rabbi Batsheva Appel, who was an associate rabbi here from shortly after my family joined BethChaim until 2006. After leaving BethChaim, Rabbi Appel was director of rabbinic services for the Goldring-Waldenberg Institute of Southern Jewish Life in Jackson, Mississippi, where she was the rabbi for more than 25 underserved congregations in an 8-state area. She later served as senior rabbi at KAM Isaiah Israel in Chicago and is now the rabbi at Temple Emmanuel in Tucson, Arizona. In addition to rabbiing, Rabbi Appel wrote a chapter for the book, The Sacred Table, Creating a Jewish Food Ethic. The chapter is about how eating locally is a Jewish choice. Now let me get a little bit more personal. Rabbi Appel has played a meaningful part in my Jewish life, although I don't think she knows it. Growing up, I attended a very, very small Orthodox synagogue, about the size of our multipurpose room and our library combined, which was located across the street from the apartment building where I lived in the Bronx. It was very convenient. The synagogue had one male rabbi and the year-round congregation that consisted of mainly elderly men. No school, no activities. I did not become a bat mitzvah. Girls didn't do that where and when I grew up. When we joined BethChaim, initially because my husband wanted to belong somewhere where the prayers were mostly in English, and as I spent more time here, I felt fortunate to be in a congregation that included Rabbi Appel. In addition to the wisdom and humor of Rabbi Wisnia and the beautiful voice of Kanta Binda, there was Rabbi Appel, a smart, upbeat, knowledgeable rabbi interested in what I thought and dedicated to Jewish learning, and a woman rabbi, which had never been part of my Jewish world before BethChaim and has been an important part of my Jewish world since Rabbi Appel. Through Torah study, classes, discussions, and conversations, sharing anecdotes about her Jewish upbringing by example, and through her have knitting will travel philosophy, her knitting seemed to go everywhere with her. She helped me to realize that I could practice Judaism not by the numbers, but in a way that was meaningful to me. Along with Rabbi Wisnia, Rabbi Appel helped guide me through my adult confirmation in 2002, a major event in my Jewish life. So I would like to thank Rabbi Appel for all she did at BethChaim and for what she did for me, and welcome her back for this very special Shabbat. Rabbi Appel?
Thank you so much. Any of the rabbis in this room and cantors in this room and educators in this room will tell you that one of the best things ever is to hear that you have touched a life through your teaching. And Cheryl, thank you so, so much. I'm incredibly moved. They also say that you can't stand on the same bima twice. And I'm realizing that it's been 12 and a half years since I've been here, and probably children that were named that year are now in the bar and bat mitzvah program. And that there have been a lot of changes on this bima in this congregation, and there's about to be more change. I wanted to thank Ken Pogrub, president of Congregation BethChaim, for inviting me here. Ann Berman Waldorf, your director of lifelong learning, who is always was amazing to work with and always one of my big resources now. It's like, but this is happening. What should I do? And she's always takes the call and always has a very good answer. And then we talk knitting. I want to thank Cantor Stewart Binder. You are still one of the best cantors that I have ever worked with. And believe me, I've worked with several, and it is always such a pleasure being on the bima with you. I would like to thank Rabbi Adina Blum. It sounds like I should wish you a b'sha'at tova. It's a delight being here for services, and thank you so much for everything you brought to the bima. And thank you, Jonathan, for being on the bima tonight as representing the board. And I want to thank Rabbi Eric Wisnia. My first day at Congregation BethChaim, I didn't know what to anticipate or what to expect, and I kind of moved into my office, sort of, and I opened up one of the drawers, and there was a fake donut in it. And I was like, okay. And so I ran to Rabbi Wisnia's office, and he was actually meeting with somebody, and I said, I found your gift and I have no words. And that next year for Hanukkah, I got him a fake spilled coffee. Coffee and donuts, it's I learned, this was my very first congregational pulpit. And there were people who said, oh, you don't want to be an assistant rabbi? Some said, you don't want to be an assistant rabbi with him? You should be a senior rabbi. You should be solo rabbi. Don't do this. And I was like, no, I really want to learn. I need to learn. And I want to be here in Princeton Junction with Rabbi Eric Wisnia. I think he can teach me a lot. And you did. You did teach me a lot. You taught me about community. You taught me about the rabbinate. You taught me about family. You taught me about sharing the bima and running the bima. This past High Holy Days, I had a guest rabbi assisting me, and he said I wasn't sure what to expect. And I said, oh, I run a really warm, non-complicated bima. I learned how to do that from Rabbi Eric Wisnia. And he just looked at me and said, oh, okay. So thank you, in case I didn't say it 12 and a half years ago. This week's Torah portion is one of my favorite parts to teach when I teach Taste of Judaism, because it is a revelation for most people who are not Jewish, and for many people who are Jewish, it is a showdown between Abraham and God of a sort. It is the best example of chutzpah. It's even better than the standard one they give, which of course is somebody who kills their mother and their father and throws themselves on the mercy of the court as an orphan. That's the classic definition. And as Abraham steps up to confront God and say to God, God, you should not do this to Sodom and Gomorrah. Think about it. He is taking the side of Sodom and Gomorrah. And he has to know how bad they are, because if the cry has reached God, then the cry has reached Abraham as well. He has family there. And Abraham stands there and talks with God about, well, you know, what if? And he brings out every single possible rhetorical flourish. Will you sweep away the innocent with the guilty? Far be it from you to do such a thing. Far be it from you. Even better, a challenge. Shall not the judge of all the earth deal justly? Even better, he keeps on going and he says, here I venture to speak to my Lord, I who am but dust and ashes. And you have the wonderful numbers. What if there are 50 innocent people in Sodom and Gomorrah? What if there are 45, 40, 30, 20, 10? And he stops at 10. And it's always interesting because if you read the text very carefully, it is clear for all the times that Abraham says, now don't get mad if I continue, but God really isn't mad at Abraham. And you almost get the sense that if Abraham had really had the chutzpah to go down to one person God probably would have granted that request, but Abraham stops at 10. It's the origins of the minyan. What I tell our bar and bat mitzvah students is that when they become bar and bat mitzvah, they count, and they become somebody that we count on. They count because they count as one of the adults to make a minyan, the quorum required for prayer, the 10 people that you need. Just recently, I was talking with a family who had had a death in their family about Shiva, and I said, well, do you want a Shiva minyan? And the response on the part of the daughter of the deceased was, I don't know if we can get 10 men. I said, well, that is one approach, but, I'll be there. and since I'm there, if that's okay with you, we could count women. The commentaries on this part of the Torah portion say that Abraham didn't go lower than 10 for a couple of reasons. First, he thought he knew the example of Noah in the world. Noah got on the ark. There were 8 of them. Noah, Mrs. Noah, his 3 sons, and the 3 wives of the 3 sons. That's 8. And clearly, Sodom and Gomorrah had gone where they went, and so 8 is not sufficient. So he didn't want to go lower than 10. Another commentary says, you know what? Abraham was doing the numbers in his head based on his family, and he thought, okay, I've got Lot, I've got Lot's wife. She was the salt of the earth, by the way. Yeah, I really did work here for 5 years, didn't I? I know that Lot and his wife have four daughters. They have 4 husbands. That's 10. 10 should do it. But 10 didn't do it because, in truth, when you got right down to it, the angels who are sent to destroy the city only remove Lot and his wife and the 2 daughters who are yet unmarried, 2 daughters who are yet unmarried, and that's insufficient. Another commentary that I found incredibly powerful said that 10 people would suffice only if they were willing to make their opinions and knowledge of God in the world known. They were willing to speak out for justice. 10 people would be sufficient. 10 righteous people who were not willing to speak out for justice, that wouldn't work. But 10 people who would speak for justice, who would share their opinions, who would try and guide other people to do the right thing, that would be sufficient. But we know there weren't 10. And Abraham knows that there weren't 10 either. I mean, God knows how exactly the census of Sodom and Gomorrah and the plains that end up being destroyed at the moment that Abraham is bargaining with him. And that's another distinction. Is Abraham bargaining with God, or is Abraham pleading with God on behalf of a group of people who maybe don't deserve it? But we know that 10 do not exist. We know that it's really 4 people who escape, and in the end only 3 because of Lot's wife looking back and turning into a pillar of salt. And clearly in this place we have more than a minyan, and we have a lot of righteous people. But what do we do with this group of 10? Is the 10 what is required to make a just society? Is the 10 what is required in order to have strong community? And believe me, when I was in the South and I was in little teeny towns in Arkansas, where I would do services, complete services with a sermon for 3. It's their congregation. That's all who could come. What is it that constitutes community for us? Is it 10? Is it more than 10? something for us to think of. But the other thing that I thought of as I read about our 10 was what's coming up in just a matter of days, just over a week, where our numbers do count. No matter, and everybody's smiling because everybody knows what I'm going to say. But the truth is, our numbers count. And just as the 10 needed to stand up and share their opinions about what they thought was just and right, and I'm willing to bet, given that we're a group of Jews, we don't all agree on what is just and right. I'm willing to bet that wholeheartedly. It's true in Tucson. I know that it's true here in Congregation Beth Chaim. But voting and being willing to stand up for our beliefs and being willing to state our beliefs respectfully to each other and share them, and making sure that we go to the polls. It is a right for each of us. It is also a responsibility. It is our obligation. If we do not vote, then we're just giving up and we're not doing any better in some ways, you could say, than the people of Sodom and Gomorrah. Not because we're bad people, but because we're not willing to be counted. And those numbers make a difference, whether it's 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 45 or even 50. Those numbers all make a difference. And no matter what the outcome has more validity, more authority, more weight when more people have participated in the vote. And who knows? Maybe it'll come down to just 10 people.
The Elena is found on page 282. Please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
Page 294, we remain standing. We recite Kaddish together in memory of all those who have died, in memory of those whose yahrzeit we observe on this Shabbat. Arthur Ackerman, Arnold Bass, Rosalie Marin, Clifford Altfield, Mel Michelson, Lillian Eland, Sandra Atay, Arnold Gordon, Max Cohn, Arnold Gordon, Michael Halberstadt, Charlotte Silber, Bill Lichtman, Hattie Sukert, Kay Makarowitz, Sidney Smiler, Arthur Goldstein, Blanche Schnipper, Michael Selikoff, Maury Solomon, Gussie Verschleiser, Edward Cohn, Daniel Tischler, Mary Arriger, Dov Benjamin Wisnia, Meg Glassberg, Carrie Meyer, Leo Steinberg, Jack Malice. In memory of two who were laid to rest this week, Ronald Greenberg and Ruth Arias, mother of Martin and Aaron Arias, and one who was taken from us this morning, Marlene Brown, our congregants. We join together, page 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, b'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalav v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ulal me'almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnasei, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudesha b'rechu, le'elah min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, ta'amiran v'yalma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlom rabba min shemaya v'chayim, alenu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, alenu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we all say, amen. Please be seated. Jonathan, you have announcements? First of all, I would like to say that tomorrow morning, Rabbi BethChaimChannel Appel will be leading us in Torah study. So that alone is a reason to come, but there are free bagels. So.
On behalf of the board, I'd first like to offer our appreciation to the ushers and the ONEG hosts and hostesses for their help tonight. Now a couple of announcements. As you are aware, Rabbi Wisnia will be retiring on the 31st of January next year. We have many events planned to celebrate his upcoming retirement, including a benefit on November 3rd. Flyers with the calendar of events are located on the ONEG tables after the service. If you have any questions about what's happening during this rabbinic transition, please pick up our FAQ document, also located on the ONEG table. Now, some things upcoming at Temple BethChaim. Beginning Tuesday, November 6th at 7:30 p.m., Introduction to Judaism Class 2.0. I don't know whether I went to 2.0 or 1.0.
You did one.
I did one, but it was wonderful, and I can highly recommend it. If you took an Introduction to Judaism course and are looking to learn more, then please join us for 7 sessions of in-depth study of Jewish life and tradition. This course is intended to build on the skills and content taught in Judaism Class 1.0 and to provide deeper understanding of a variety of Jewish subjects. Please see Rabbi Adina Blum for more information. Thursday, November 8th at between 7 and 8 p.m., Rosh Chodesh Kislev, a month of darkness aflame with hope. Are you interested in learning more about Judaism? In 18 weeks, we will touch on many important aspects of Jewish life, the holidays, history, life cycle, literature, beliefs, and practices of Judaism. And finally, on Wednesday, November 14th at 7 p.m., a Crystal Nach commemoration featuring the sounds and voices of the BethChaim Choir, as well as student musicians and singers from West Windsor Plainsboro High School North, and a reception, which we all love, following the program. Thank you.
I would like to thank my colleague and friend, Rabbi BethChaimChannel Appel. She was my first assistant and associate, and she taught me a lot too about how to share and how to be a good rabbi. And then when she left me, as they all do, my children did it too. I don't understand it. Just hanging around being my junior is not enough for these people. Anyway, she went down to Mississippi And she invited me to one of the greatest joys of my life. I went to a reenactment, a Civil War reenactment. She took me, drove me down to Brookhaven, Mississippi, and Rabbi Appel and I stood shoulder to shoulder and fired flintlock rifles to repel a Yankee attack. And that was truly one of the highlights of my life. I thank her for that, and for many years of friendship and support, and particularly for coming back on this Shabbat for all of us. Will the congregation please rise? If there are any children under the age of 18, please come forward.
Don't think we have any tonight. One. We got
One.
We got
Come
one.
up and get some challah. That's all right. I'll just come and embarrass you.
You just chanted Torah in front of all of these people, and you don't want to come get challah for
I'll
free?
just bring it down to her. That's all. Anybody who'd like to come up and get a piece of challah, please come.
All right. She was listening to the sermon.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. What's our closing hymn?
So, by request of our special guest, top of page 86. Oh, do we have it on the screen? We do. Oh, even better. Can't or beat me. Don't even need your books.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. La 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 asok 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 b'divrei Torah.
Yivarcheinu Adonai v'yishmarenu. May the Lord bless us and keep us. Ya'er Adonai panav eleinu v'chunenu. May the Lord let his face shine upon us and be gracious unto us. Yisa Adonai panav eleinu v'yasem lanu shalom. May the Lord lift his face to us and give us all peace. Amen. Shabbat shalom. Please remain standing at your seats for a moment as we all come down and form a receiving line.
Here we go. I also didn't get any at dinner, so I'm... Here, just move your hands. I don't want that on my head. Okay. All right, this is one. Doing well, doing well. If I didn't have a toddler, it'd be way easier. If I didn't have a toddler, it'd be way easier.
Is Sean not here? He's home with the baby.
Yeah, we had Tot Shabbat tonight, so we were all together. It was really lovely.
So, last time I saw Sean, we talked about my smoker. I wanted to tell him I smoked some roasted chickens for Shabbat tonight.
Nice. How long did it take you?
70 minutes.
Oh, that's not so bad at all. Nice. Yeah, that's the thing about the smoker. It's just, ugh. If you don't overcook it, which we had a mistake at my cousin's house, he did beef ribs for us because he knew he's used to doing pork ribs. And he cooked them too long because he knew they had to go longer. I know. Okay. But you know, you live and you learn. It's like next time I'll go less.
You know, but the thing is, meat is a very expensive mistake.
Yes, and he was very disappointed. No. When there was a lot of beef ribs that were a little dry. Yeah. What you gonna do?
I made a turkey the other week. Oh,
We did our first thing that we ever smoked was a turkey leg. That was really good.
some old turkey.
That's gotta take a long time.
You guys smoked it for a bunch out. I think it was like an 8-hour turkey.
You did good, my friend. You did great. And way to inspire your mom.